to all of you who are considering bachelor's or master's or even doctoral studies in Finland, full degree studies, you're welcome to visit our Study in Finland website. You'll find all the universities listed, admission advice, how to go about it, information on scholarship. Also on these new Finland scholarships will be there in the near future. So please bookmark us, visit our website and contact us if you have any questions relating to studying in Finland. And we can either ourselves answer you, or then we can direct you to the right persons or right universities or right contacts to answer your question best.
One thing you must remember, application process is free of charge. Because some of these companies, they tell you that, or they charge you for that. But if you follow the instructions, what we've given you today, or even go through the videos afterwards, what we have shown, you don't really need a company. But just be careful and check the background before you agree for them to handle this process on your behalf.
So if you are planning to apply to Finland, start to prepare your application in advance and send it on time. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact Finnish universities. Our staff members are here for you.
Read the instructions. In fact, read between the lines. And then make sure you're following everything they're asking you for. Everything. I had to apply 3 times, not because the school kept refusing me, but my application was not good.
For a PhD, that was also different. So I had like the plan in place, the study plan and the research plan. So if you know the people, think of who you want to work with. If you don't know, go on the website of the university, study the profiles of the people, and think maybe from there you can get someone that you can supervise you, and after that, just apply.
At postgraduate level, it's more about networking and communication. So what you actually need to do is yes, you check your Study in Finland website, see what's available, but then do more work in terms of actually checking out the universities that are out there and the field of study that you want to go into. Then you have to take the next step of actually contacting the professors, finding out if they have funding for you. Because I understand that most people coming from Africa, they'll be hoping that they get funding. So I think that's the most important thing, to first check out if there's funding for you. And by skipping the study to Finland, it works, but then by going straight to the universities and the professors, at times you jump the queue and you actually go in front of the line. Because when some of these posts then come on to study into Finland, they've already been posted by the universities. And you might miss out on an opportunity because there are some people who are constantly checking university websites. So my advice is to constantly check university websites, including Study in Finland. So not just focusing on one PhD link source, but then continuously checking out different university websites and contacting these potential supervisors or researchers, because that's the only way you can actually find out what's available and whether there will be funding for you. Do as much research as you can about a country. Figure out how the cost of living is, compare with where you are, figure out how the salaries look like, ask people online.
Something as simple as the price of bread, in comparison with South Africa, where we pay, I guess, around 15 Rand right now in 2021, where here you'd probably be looking at double that. Data, for example, that is actually the opposite. Here in Finland, you can basically have a very good plan for unlimited phone calls, unlimited internet, unlimited text messages and so forth, for very affordable prices. I believe for about 600 Rand, you can have unlimited everything.
I think in the university setup, you're okay, because being an international institution, English is the medium of communication as well. But then when you go into a shop and you want to buy stuff, it's a bit difficult. I have to rely on, at first I used to check on Google Translate, but then you get tired. So now I just look at the pictures. If I see a cow, then I know it's beef. If I see a pig, then I know it's pork. You know that sort of thing.
I come from a place where I greet everybody from young to old, and then you come here and you greet and no one responds, and you're like, okay, what is that?
Obviously, you'd be shocked to some extent when you come through because it's a culture shock. But then I expected some of the things because I'd already asked about them.
Just means that people don't need so much to speak and feel comfortable with silence. So
I think at times it's difficult to break in to the communities right at the start, but then once you are accepted and trusted, obviously, things become easier.
Trying to meet as many other people as possible, whether they be locals or expats, just really widening your network.
There are people very warm, very kind, and very respectful.
I got here and I was shocked that ladies could go jogging in the forest at midnight, especially in summer where you've got the midnight sun, and nothing would happen to them. You meet people and you just pass each other, you respect each other, you give each other space.
With a high level of education, there's also much lower crime, higher safety, and much more transparency as well. Crime in general is rare, but then even rarer are violent crimes.
There is no need for policemen because everyone knows very well what is his role in society, what he has to do.
From November, around about end of October, through to mid-January, it's dark. So the sun comes out at around 10 a.m. and it sets around 3 p.m.
The winter arrives very early, especially in November. Starts snow, October starts snow, and then it's so beautiful, in fact, so beautiful.
Cross-country skiing or sort of these snowmobiles, husky rides where you have, sort of huskies pulling you, and also reindeers.
Take some money to invest in a very good jacket, for polar jackets, so buy it in Finland. They are ready for that. Very good gloves, 2 pairs of gloves.
I want to break one myth of Finland. It is not cold inside. As you see, I just put my jacket on. I'm born and bred Finn, and I've never felt so cold as I do here in Pretoria. So don't worry about the weather. You will be warm when you are inside.
Our summer is sort of 2 months, 3 months if it's really generous in that year. And then the rest of the time is sort of the in-between seasons, like sort of autumn and spring.
And the first thing that struck me was the fact that the cities are fused with the environment.
There's also the city bikes are all over the place, so you pretty much just have to pay your subscription for the whole season and you can ride wherever you want.
5 minutes walk from my apartment, there's a forest that I can run over there, walk, if you want to shout. So it's not like let's say nature is far away from you, it's very close.
We used to pick blueberries, and also we used to pick strawberries, and also we gather some mushrooms, and then we ate straight from the forest.
You have a residence permit for studying in Finland, it gives you also right to work average 25 hours weekly. So it's a good advantage for that.
Especially when it comes to things like IT, tech, and entrepreneurship, they are really hands-on on that. They're really big on that.
There are very specific things that you could plug into in as far as entrepreneurial activities are concerned in Finland. One of them is their organization, Demo's organization, Nuco Helsinki. They are business advisors and they help as well with, for example, business plans and so forth, and also just brainstorming your idea to see whether or not it's viable and whether or not it's scalable, profitable, and so forth.
We help all kinds of entrepreneurs create new successful companies here in Helsinki region. So whatever is your question, so please contact us. So we are providing business advisory services based on your specific needs, and besides of that, various trainings, and we help you to connect with our vibrant ecosystem as well as help you getting funding from public and private VCs and angels and so forth. So even before you are landing to Finland, I advise you to contact us and we will help you with the startup permit application. And after that, if you are granted for startup visa, then we are helping you to establish the company and then further on to make your business grow fast. That's shortly what we are doing here in Myko, Helsinki.
Most, if not all, universities have an entrepreneurship society. So if you're studying at a university, whether you're studying entrepreneurship or not, you'll be able to have access to that society. And the closer you get to graduating, or even during your first year of studies, you are able to participate in various entrepreneurial events like seminars and so forth, and also meet other entrepreneurial people who are either academics or who are either students themselves, or literally in doing business in Finland and other parts of EU. As far as giving an overview is concerned of how it is to register a company and how user-friendly the entire process is to actually get to the point where you have a registered company, it's very easy because you could do it on your laptop in 30 minutes. You pay about 200 and some euros and you'd have a registered company.
There is also innovation and entrepreneurship units in every single university, and we are working very closely. So it's not about, we are like the connection point to connect you with various accelerators, incubators, investors, whatever is needed for your specific business.
There is Springboard.fi. Springboard is a company that basically links African businesses and Nordic businesses together. And they also do the same for universities as well. So basically all the information will be there, and they normally have these conferences every year, or rather one big conference where they invite leading business leaders in Africa and also from the Nordics, similar to the Nordic Business Forum, basically.
There is lots of opportunities, whatever is your business idea here in Finland, and you can also remotely start to browse these various organizations which are offering online support. And I would say that after you have started studies here in Finland, it would be great continuation to make your startup flourish here and focus your businesses in Africa from Finland. We are in the same time zone and also very well connected, for example, with Asia. Shortest route to Asia.
The nice thing about this place is once you're in Europe, you get so many opportunities for job offers. You also get an opportunity to travel around across Europe at least.
When you have a residence permit in Finland, yes, you can visit other countries. And we had the question before that we were thinking at the Migration Service that what kind of questions you might have. But if you have residence permit in another European Union country, then it's actually easier the process to come to Finland. That you need to also apply the mobility, like to move to the other countries. So it's not that hard, the process.